KBOB 89.9 FM, Tulsa. And now streaming 24/7 live from the Eden Media Studio. 24/7 live at KBOB899.com.
Two Dogs, are you ready? Breakdown raw, breakdown raw, breakdown raw. Sports talk, you want it, you gon' get it. Hot news and views, custom fitted. Droning yo, talking plus they live it. Fun and laughs, they gon' give it. Matchups for the week, this your spot. Never fumble the ball, always caught. Two Dogs, war for state fight. There's the bell, let's start the fight.
What's up? It's the $2 Sports Talk Show coming at you this Tuesday afternoon. It's raining here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Y'all know how I do, man. Last week we had snow. This week we had rain. And one day we had 70 degrees. One day we had 60. It's just, I guarantee you, somewhere along in Oklahoma, we might have a thunderstorm. We might have a tornado. You never know what you're going to get here in Oklahoma. But one thing you do know, you're going to get the $2 Sports Talk Show on Tuesday nights. What's going on, yo? How's it going?
Man, it's it is a very sad time in the Two Dog household. We have one last football game. But next week we have XFL, and then in April we have USFL. So we have some football, but the NFL, this is the last game of the season. So I think we need a moment of silence for this great year that we had.
Time out. You said next week we got the XFL.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm just saying it's really, football.
Really, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what you bring up. That's a flag on a play for real, dude. How's
that a flag?
That's what you bring up to replace the NFL. No.
I mean, it's not really.
Name an XFL team.
I just heard some. I forgot. Like one is the Knights, the other one is the Demons. They have some wild names, bro.
I know one of them is the Renegades.
Yeah, the Renegades.
One of them is the Renegades. I don't know who played for them. They, the Rock is the owner, and they went to HBCU when Dion had his camp and everything and all this other stuff. He do all that. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. Because I'm a sports fan.
It's football.
I need my football fix.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch it, man. So you did. No, I don't think he can. I don't think Josh Gordon gonna be playing, man. I think his time is up, man. His time is up. So what you do this weekend, yo?
Absolutely nothing. I just didn't. Yeah, man, I didn't do nothing because the Pro Bowl, Man, I watched the highlights, bro. I watched the highlights. I watched the highlights, bro.
We'll get on that.
Yeah, I didn't do much, bro. You know, it wasn't no boxing on. I watched a little bit of hoop, but college basketball don't really do it to me until it's March. I don't get into college basketball till March, bro. You know, regular season, you know, wow. That's how I kind of feel about college basketball. Wow, until March. Then March it gets good.
Yeah. I didn't do nothing this weekend, man. My weekend was pretty much free. You know, went to church. You know, what I do. I do my due.
Yeah.
You know, so my parents moved in their house on Friday, so we were all over there Friday night.
You didn't have to help pack, did you?
Pack what?
Help pack up the house so they can move.
Hey, man, I tell everybody, I don't do no lifting. I don't do none of that. I help pay for some movers. I drive. And I pay some food, but I ain't just moving nothing around. I ain't
moving nothing.
No. I know how to point, supervise, you know, everything I do. I do.
Delegate.
Yeah, I delegate. Yeah. My family already know I'm a good delegator. I delegate very well. You know, so they already know how that works. You know.
He said, "I don't pack.
Yeah.
I lift nothing."
Hey man, my son told me, Dad, you gonna come when he moved from Oklahoma City to Tulsa? He said, Dad, you gonna come down and help me move? I said, move what? He said, move. I said, I drive. That's but what I do.
Yeah.
You better call some of your homeboys, your friends, tell these young jokers come up. My back hurting days are over. So when we got down there, he said, Dad, can you help me with the couch? I said, hold on. What did I tell you before I came? I'm not moving nothing.
Not a nan
Not
nutter.
nan nutter. I ain't moving not nan nutter. You know, so. But
He said, I can delegate.
I can delegate real well. I'm a good planner. I'm a good showing you how to, hey, no, turn it this way and you'll be able to fit it just right inside the
you
trunk.
be playing Tetris.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. You know. But I keep it with the grandchildren, you know. We enjoyed them, you know, spoiled them riding, you know, daddy wanna whoop them. And I look at him, don't you come over here. Don't even come over here. Because he had the nerve this weekend. We was over there. And my son, one of my grandsons ain't never did this. He had the nerve to try to hit me. I said, whoa. We don't hit Pop. So my son I said, hold on, I don't need you.
Yeah, you don't need no help.
I can handle this all by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I know I didn't I check you when you tried to hit me. I checked you too. So
I got experience.
Yeah, I got much more. I got more than enough experience, you know. So I looked there and said, hold on, no, we don't hit Pop. He said, okay, you know. The other one, he want to play fight. Pop don't play fight.
Yeah.
Because I want you to understand, if Pop have to whoop, we not play fighting.
Yeah.
I'm whooping you behind.
Yeah.
You know, we start play fighting and I have to whoop you. Now you think I'm playing with you. You start laughing. You try to, no. That's not the way they work. You know, but I had, I enjoy my grandchildren.
Yeah.
I spoil them right. You know.
Fat, when she feels her daddy is doing her wrong, she'll come up to me. She go, Pawpaw. And she'll point like, get him.
Yep.
Get him.
Yep. I bought some candy 2 weeks ago. I bought some candy, and we're gonna go on out there. I bought some candy, right? So I go to Quick Trip. I just pick up stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I pick a whole bunch of candy, chips, you know, and take it to the house.
Zoom, and
wham. To make the parents mad because I didn't give it, and then I don't give it to the parents. I hand it out to the children myself.
Yeah.
You know, they be like, Dad, put that up. No, I need to hand it out to them. So I hand it out to them or whatever. I didn't know that these suckers that I got it's like those suckers. You got the sucker, then you got the little Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the Kool-Aid was in a toilet stool, and the sucker was a plunger. And so you lick the sucker, stick it in the toilet stool with the Kool-Aid. I didn't know, man. I was just picking up something, man.
Yeah.
So you know, so they. My son said, "So you're gonna just teach him how to eat at the toilet stool?" I said, "I wasn't trying to teach him how to eat at the toilet stool.
I was just picking up.
I was just picking up some candy. I didn't even know there was even toilet stools.
Yeah.
They had not just one plunger; they had two plungers."
Wow.
Hey man, that's part of being a grandparent. Man.
Yeah.
That's the love of being a grandparent, you know.
Yeah, and be able to spoil them rotten and then give them back.
Yeah, that's it. And spoil them rotten and give them back. Hey, but we're going to give back to y'all. We got a hot show for you tonight. We got a special guest. We have the Assistant Recreation Director for Tulsa County, Mr. Lamar Guillory. He's going to be on the show. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about LeBron James and him breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. We're going to talk about so much Kyrie Irving being traded. Do we think it's going to work? We got a hot show for you tonight. We're going to be with you for 2 hours. I'm waiting. Where my producer at?
I don't know. He left us.
Hey, but make sure y'all come back here on the $2 Sports Talk Show. We'll be right back right after this.
Services operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support, and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
Hit a slam dunk like man up. Enemy salty ran up. It's a foul move and one. We say E, man. Jesus out all my life. I'ma shine bright as a light. I don't need diamonds to shine. I just keep God on my mind, dog. Give him my altar like sign up. Watch me clean like pine saw. Hey, I call God, yeah. Jesus, he the reason I be rapping, singing in the hood and trenches. I don't need to mention this. Some time in prison, I got rescued, not arrested. Now I'm living. I be Holy Spirit sipping Bible toting. I was chosen for this moment. Devil choking home. If you don't believe me, take a look. A few years ago, I paroled. I was in the basement, just a bed and clothes. Prayer work, I'ma let you know. Now I'm saving souls all around the globe. Preaching Jesus' name, it's the only hope. Yeah, yeah. He's the only hope. He's the only hope. He's the only one that can save my soul. Yeah, devil getting mad cause his tactics whack. I be stomping on the devil like back to back. Yeah, back to back. Like back to back. Yeah, back to back. Like back to back.
I forgot that pick with the assist. Resume was curved with the dish. MJ followed two fish. Isolation, big rich. Yeah.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Talk Show. That's Resm and Trinity Trey with back to back. I keep telling y'all we coming up. We bring the hottest gospel rap artists out there. That's Resm and Trinity Trey with back to back. All right, people, here we go. We got our special guest here today, Mr. Lamar Guillory. He's the Assistant Recreation Director for Tulsa County. How you doing, sir?
Good. Glad to be here, man. It's an honor to be sitting at the table with some athletic sports intellectuals.
Now,
How about that?
Okay, so he said athletic sports intellectual. So he's talking about people that talk sports real good. Okay, I get that. I get it. So he's saying we ain't got no athletic ability, but we can talk sports. He just don't know, dude.
I didn't say that. You got to have a basis to be an athletic sports intellectual. So your base is your athletic experience.
Yeah, because I'm very athletic. Even at my age, I might not be able to move the same, but I'm very athletic.
Right. Well,
yesterday was my first time going back to working out. I went to the gym for the first time in probably about 2 years.
Okay.
Yesterday. So,
Take it slow.
So I don't know, so I'm not going crazy. My son and my partner, they go up in their first day. They trying to do 3 miles now, dude. I'm walking for 10 minutes. I'm doing the elliptical for 10 minutes. I'm going to lift a little bit of weights, and I'm going home. Next week, I'm building myself back up.
At our ages, our warm up is longer than the workout.
Yeah. Because I stretch for about 30.
Right.
All right, sir. Tell the good audience who you are and a little bit about what you do.
I'm born and raised Tulsa, man. 46th Street North in Peoria is the center of the universe for me. And came out of Cassia in '89.
Hold on, time out.
Yeah. Put them all together.
4th Street, 6th Street North.
In Peoria.
That's
the Walgreens.
But you end up at Cassia Hall.
Yeah.
21st in Utica.
In Utica.
Wearing a uniform.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna figure out how you got there. We're gonna talk about how you got there. But go ahead. I just had to stop because that right there took me by,
That took you.
Yeah, I'm saying,
hold 90-degree turn on you.
I said, hold on, 46th Street North up there with Taco Palace, and
there you go.
That nasty dog food and everything else, and you end up at Cassia Hall wearing plaid and everything.
No, that's Bishop Kelly. They wear the plaid over there, at Bishop Kelly.
They wear plaid at Cassia Hall too. My sister went to Cassia Hall. I already know. I picked her. They wear the plaid and the beige and all that stuff.
Okay. All right. I'll give you
He trying to straighten it up.
Yeah.
Dress it up a little bit. He thought I didn't know. He didn't know who he was talking to.
He tried to say, "Oh, yeah, that's the comments to do that."
Yeah. That's the Bishop Kelly comment. No, that's off of 41st and Yale. There's nowhere near y'all.
But I won't mention that other farce of a school that at the
you talking-
81st.
Holland Hall.
Yeah,
I won't say that. I won't say that.
Yeah, Holland Hall.
No.
My son almost ended up going to play basketball there. They wouldn't give him a full ride, so.
Oh yeah, so you told them we holler at y'all.
Yeah, we're hollering. You know, the coach wanted to come over there, and I said, "What kind of scholarship you talking about?" And he wasn't talking about no full ride scholarship. So we'll holler. We'll stay right where we at.
Yeah.
I might not like the coach, but we'll stay where we at.
Because you would have been breaking bread, bro.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, and ended up at backgrounds ended up in a small school in north central Indiana, blue and gold colors. Ended up in Notre Dame, and was fortunate after that had went into banking, had several business and finance kind of career stops, and just recently in October came on board at Tulsa County Parks as assistant director of recreation, and with the goal of assessing and repositioning some of our activities and programming so that we're adding value to the community, raising the value proposition that we're putting out there. And so and to that end, started recently just kind of form the whole strategic direction and where we're going with things. And at the end of the day, we're trying to make it hard for you to leave the park once you get in there because we've got such dynamic programming. Now,
what all parks is under the umbrella? Because everybody think every parks is city parks, and some parks are not city, some parks are county.
Right.
So what all parks is up under the county umbrella?
You got O'Brien, Chandler, LaFortune Park. Then we've got two in the southern end of Tulsa County, South County, which is basically in Glenplu, and then we have Bigsby Community Center. So those are the five. And then we have South Lakes Golf Course, which the golf piece is a little different setup, but yeah, those are the main venues for all of our activities. And so each one of them has different features and makes them all unique. The biggest contrast is, Chandler Park is on a hill and O'Brien Park is in the flood zone.
Yeah.
But there's the beauty of Chandler is it's physical features, and the beauty of O'Brien is the variety and the sports assets in addition to other things. But when you see O'Brien, you got football fields, baseball, 8 baseball fields, batting cages, got a 3-hole golf course and things of that nature. So we're all the same age. We all grew up in O'Brien Park, so you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I only went to O'Brien Park on Sundays.
Sunday afternoon.
That's the only time I went to O'Brien Park. Yeah, I ain't going to O'Brien Park no other time.
But see, I grew up in the park. I grew up when I walk into O'Brien now, the sound that resonates in my ears is the speed bag, because I boxed over there as a young, I was 8, 9, 10 years old.
Okay.
And in the boxing room, it was thick up in there. You had James Quick Tillis, you had Dragon Green, even Del Apollo Cook would roll through, Keith Reed, Cecil Pettigrew. This is right after not too long after Keith had gone to the Olympic trials, and I remember the heartbreak behind that because it felt like he got robbed. So, but those guys in that room, and James Quick Tillis, Ed Duncan was in the mix too. So y'all know about Ed Duncan being attached to Muhammad Ali's camp, and the discipline and the structure that was given in that room, man. I mean, Coach Cortez didn't have to get on you as a youngster, because you got those other guys over there. They'll set you straight.
Now, are you all one of the? Are you all?
That's a bunch of legends.
Are you all trying to bring and make a room or revitalize to let people know the history of what came through O'Brien Park as far as sports wise, boxing, football, basketball? Are you all trying to bring that back out?
Yeah, well, I am personally educating folks within our group about as much of the history of I know my experience at O'Brien Park, right? Just like the names I rattled off, and there are names before that, right? You talk about the number of NFL players that got their start at that they played on O'Brien Park, the football field. You know, you can go back to Dr. Soul and his football squads. You know, the TYA Bulldogs. You know, at headquarters, people didn't really understand the power of that brand. And if you don't understand them now, then you definitely don't understand their beginnings as Frost Bulldogs, you know, back in the day, and where all that comes from. So yeah, you know, we're actively trying to make sure people understand that. But first, we got to understand it internally to be able to fully embrace it and position it just right. You know, so Ryan, definitely has a lot of history to it. Just like Chandler, Chandler has an amazing history in and of itself, even relating back to just even the beginning of, you know, the city of Tulsa and things of that nature.
Now, what is it that a assistant recreation of Tulsa County Parks, what is it that you do? What is what job description that you have?
Yeah, my job is to make sure, like, it's focused a lot on our community centers, but the parks as a whole. So you're all about setting direction, about programming, and how you can have an impact on the community, right? So like I said earlier, the concept internally, what we're calling it is the vortex, right? Vortex is just it's a real scientific, intellectual way of saying like a tornado, right? You got three components to that. You've got what they call a central axis, right? That's the middle point that everything rotates around. You got the fluid and the rotation. Well, for us, the central axis is like the stuff you don't have to think about because you don't see the central axis, right? In a tornado. So you got to, stuff you assume that should be there, decent facilities, good personnel, things of that nature. The fluid in the process are the people, and you want to keep them spinning around the things that you have to offer. And the rotation is the type of programming you have. And there's three elements to that type of programming that makes it strong. And that's when you're impacting the physical, intellectual, and emotional all at the same time, then you've got people hooked, right? And so so that's what I try to do is when I'm looking at assessing our programming, looking at the different assets that the parks have, and then looking at the demographics we're affecting, and trying to create programs that hit to that right in the center of the need. And we can be a part of the solution in a lot of cases. We won't always be the total solution, but that's what my job is. My job is to set direction and oversight of programming and, coordinate with, we got different departments of the parks. So we got a construction, we got a maintenance crew and all that. And anything like last week, we had those ice and snow days, so I'm getting feedback from our maintenance crew and having to talk with other folks and having to make decisions like, do we open later? Is it safe for our employees to get there? Is it safe for the public? So those are the kind of things you deal with and whatnot. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So so I remember back when we were growing up, parks were, everybody neighborhood had a park that you went to that, like where my grandparents stayed was around from Cheyenne Park. Mm-hmm. So on Sundays, you could go over there and pick up on another football game against another group of cats.
Right.
Our park, since I was from Skyline, was Owen.
Right.
And then we had Ben Hill that a lot of people went and play basketball at. When we were in high school, the high school game would play Friday night, and then Saturday morning they would replay at a park. But now most of the parks are closed. So how are y'all going to be able to bring stuff like that was such vital in a part of our growing up was parks and being able to utilize the parks? So how is that going to come back into fruition?
Okay, so a lot of what the way it's a different era right now.
Right.
You're competing now, especially for the younger folks. You're competing against all things social media, gaming and things of that nature. So you have to put things in place that will attract them, right? So, like for instance, with North Tulsa baseball, that is part of what we're going to be talking about later on too. But a friend of mine said to me, hey man, the thing with baseball these days is it's not cool anymore. And he said, your job is to make baseball cool again in our community. And
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Was baseball ever cool?
Yeah. We
played, but it wasn't never like
no. Let me tell you,
the end thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was a lot of us when I remember out of Bryan. That's where I played t-ball and baseball and all that. It was a cool thing to do. Now, what happened is once you got to junior high and all the love, most of the love went to the basketball and football and players and things of that nature. And so you got the guys that were true baseball cats that stuck with it. I know the group of dudes I rode with, baseball was cool, especially when you got in high school and you had to get in the back, like you would laugh at, not laugh, but you would kind of discount baseball players. Okay, you get in here in this batting cage and let this machine pitch this ball at you and see if you can stand this heat. If nothing else, you can have some respect.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I played baseball my freshman year. Yeah. It wasn't recreation playing in the streets and playing on a team.
Two different things.
Yeah, that's totally different. Right. Two different things. I'm talking about the way you swing the bat, the way you hit. Right. That hurts your hand if you don't hit the ball just right. You have a whole totally different respect. Yeah.
Right.
You have it still wasn't really cool. We played. Right. We respected the game. We played. Yeah. In my hood, we played. Only sports that we didn't play in season was football and basketball. We played that anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
Right.
But baseball, only time we played baseball in the streets was when it was baseball season.
Yeah. It was, and it's harder to get a pickup baseball game.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Right.
You gotta have enough people.
Right. But now I think about it. In my neighborhood, we were probably a little more leaning toward baseball because some of the coaches of our teams we're in our neighborhood,
Yeah.
Right down one of my closest friends and them growing up, their mom and dad were baseball folks, and they had baseball gloves and mitts and balls around the house, and it wasn't nothing for us to be throwing the baseball around.
Right.
So maybe maybe my experience was a little different.
Well, I'm just saying, I used to go outside, like at my house, we had a wall. We had a brick wall. Mm-hmm. So I used to go outside and get a tennis ball, and I'm practicing playing like I'm playing baseball, pitching, so it was play. Right. But when I think about cool, baseball don't pop up in my head.
Yeah, right. It wasn't to that level of cool. And like I said, it's not an instant pickup game kind of thing. Like I'm gonna just go, like growing up and playing basketball, I'm just gonna go up here to Berry Park. I'm gonna go over here to Chamberlain. Yeah. Just try to get in and a run. Well, you don't do that with baseball. You just
So what is it that you all are trying to do to try to bring baseball back to the parks and also the inner city?
Okay, so with North Tulsa baseball, and let me just say this. So with at Tulsa County Parks, we actually have two leagues. Okay, we have a league that's based out of Chandler and one that's based out of O'Brien. O'Brien is the North Tulsa Baseball League, and that one is supported a lot by the drillers, and trying to make sure first and foremost that kids have access to it. Because if you understand the baseball world now, like it's no different than the AAU basketball, that summer travel stuff, and it is goo gobs expensive, right? And so some kids get priced out of reps and decent competition. Okay, but first you got to get reps in. And so what we're doing this year is we've already started. Registration is open, and I could share the link with you guys a little later. But as an athlete, the games are won not during the season; they're won in the off season. right?
Right.
And so we're bringing that flavor to North Tulsa baseball this year. We're already started getting in the batting cages, getting skills development and things of that nature. And we're intentional this year about developing pitchers, okay, especially in our kid pitch age. We don't want a machine on the field necessarily pitching to the kids. We got to get numbers and things of that nature. So those are the things we're doing. We got the T-ballers. T-ballers, you make it fun. You know, you got to have fun, getting them to love the game, getting them exposed and getting them some reps. And so when they do play, that they are
It's meaningful.
They're prepared. It's meaningful. And on top of that, you got, parents are cheering and things of that nature. So that's what we're trying to do. We want to. Last year we had about in North Tulsa baseball, probably 112, 120 kids that play. We really want to get at a minimum this year 200. Really want to push that 300 level number of kids. And basically what that would break down is probably 100 kids in each category, which would be T-ball, coach pitch, and kid pitch. So that's what we're doing. And you mentioned tennis balls. Literally, that's where we got the kids working inside. We're doing some things with tennis balls because you can do hand grip stuff and all kind of different drills as we ratchet up to the full on hardball pitching and things of that nature.
So is there a certain time that you all doing this? Do y'all have like transportation, or do the parents have to drop them off, or the kids walk up there? How do the kids?
Great question. So when you registered, parents have to bring their kids. We don't provide transportation. The days, so registration is open now. We started on Saturdays doing some batting cage sessions. We're actually getting to roll into Tuesday, Thursday evening, Saturdays batting cages as the weather allows, to get on the field and things of that nature, to do some practices. Tuesday, Thursday nights will be from 6 to 8 p.m. and we're working out. We'll do a 1 hour session with one group here and another hour session with another group. And this Saturday, February 11th, is our what we call an in-person registration, and where people can come, because really you register online. Everything is online, right? You pay online. There's no cash, no checks accepted, and it's just $10. And the value is far beyond that, and the cost is far beyond that. So you're really getting a double up on the value. But this Saturday, February 11th, and then February 25th are our in-person registration days. You come out to the park. The T-ballers will be in the gym, in the community center gym, registering there, doing some drills. And then the kid pitch and the coach pitch kids will be over at the batting cages and going through some things. So I'm excited about what the prospects will be for our uniforms this year. We just start talking with a vendor that look, if we get the uniforms, I think we can get. I'm gonna be jealous of these kids. I might have to have them make me one.
You gotta get a grown man uniform.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing with baseball, and we're out here pushing it and trying to get parents and kids to register. We also have, if somebody, hey, look, I don't have any kids that I have to register, but I want to be involved. We have a volunteer registration form. So we need coaches, we'll need umpires, we'll need, different levels of assistance. Even we got a recruiting and registration category where people can click in and say, hey, I'll help you with that. And that's just basically pushing the link out, getting the word out, and just being of assistance that way. We got equipment management things that people can do. So it's all listed there on the link. And
you send me the link on Facebook, and
sure.
I'll send it out.
Oh, absolutely.
On my page,
absolutely.
No problem. Now, is there something else? Now, we talked about something when me and you first had a conversation. Are you allowed to talk about that? Did you about what we talked about that's coming in North Tulsa?
The
with the HBCU.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident. It's okay to talk about it. Let me just say this: there's a HBCU game that's been actively planned. If it's pulled off, it'll be on March 18th. Right now, from what I understand, it'll be Arkansas Pine Bluff versus Texas Southern. And the setup is that there's a 3-game stretch that they're already scheduled to play. So they'll play the first game in that weekend in Little Rock, and then the second game will come here to Tulsa. It'll be at the Driller Stadium, and it has, the Drillers are behind it in a lot of ways and helping support that. And then they'll go back to Little Rock to finish the third game. So parents, be on the lookout for that. We're going to be part of that. Our North Tulsa baseball kids will be part of that. We're actually trying to figure out what we do with that. I don't want to spill the beans on what we're going to do with that, but yeah. So that's
now. Is there something where, since you all are trying to get more involvement from the North Tulsa youth and children, where you all can give out free tickets to the North and get them there, or if you can get to the schools and get the schools to bring them in, or how does that work?
So the way that's going to work is tickets will be given to North Tulsa baseball kids.
Okay.
And they're looking at, do they provide 2 per kid, because the whole parent ages, you're just not going. I wouldn't just drop my kid off and say, "Hey, go to the baseball game." No,
yeah,
I gotta have some parental oversight, right?
That ain't gonna work.
That ain't gonna work. First of all, let me just go as a coach or administrator, or part of this North Tulsa baseball. I don't want to be responsible for all those kids without support at a venue like that. So they're considering how they handle that piece too.
Okay.
So yeah, that it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So,
now, when you all going to try to get more publicity out, start advertising for that?
I'm not in control of that, so that'll be coming pretty quick. I probably will know in another week or so when they're going to push that, but I have no control over that piece.
Now, what other things do y'all have at Tulsa County Parks that you're all trying to push besides baseball?
We have. So I'm tell you right now. Have y'all ever been exposed to pickleball? Do y'all understand?
I've seen it, and I've seen people play it, and I'm like, what in the world? Why? Why? I went. Me and my wife went to Shangri-La, and the older Caucasian people was out there playing pickleball. It's freezing cold.
Hey, let me tell you.
And they out there playing pickleball. I said, what in the world?
Pickleball, hey, look, pickleball people are as intense as Ray Lewis and Mike Singletary when it comes to their pickleball.
This is why I describe pickleball. Pickleball is ping pong.
It's full body ping pong.
Yeah. Ping pong on steroids. That's pickleball.
It's full body ping pong.
Ping pong on steroids.
And let me tell you about pickleball. So when you said the older folks are playing, see, you may know that they're 65, but when you see them playing, they're not 65. You see them who they were when they were 16, because the competitiveness comes out in them. It's crazy, man. One day I was out at O'Brien, and one of the ladies out there was asking me, hey, do you play pickleball? I said, no, but I'm sure, I can learn something from you. She goes, I don't teach beginners. Come holler at me when you learn. I was like, then she hit my athletic ego. Then I was like, oh, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Yeah. Hey man, pickleball a whole different story.
I already know.
But no, we there's a lot we have, man. In addition to the normal kind of sports, we'd have some basketball stuff. We're having to ramp up some things on the basketball side because of the whole marketplace. Especially the junior high age and down. It's AAU first. That's dominating things. Then you got like Indian Nations basketball that's sucking a lot of kids in. And then, because, when we were growing up, the real ball was played in the parks.
Yes.
Yeah.
As elementary, junior high, but it's just a different place now. But we also balance things, right? So we have an awesome STEM programming that's really getting ready to get ramped up. It was just kind of it was more than just a pocket thing, but now it's getting ready to really explode because Kim Watson, who's over that, has now become our naturalist for the entire Tulsa County Parks Department. And she does some off the charts creative stuff with teaching kids about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. with some creative things she does.
Now, are you
But
all going to get involved in the EA Sports arena, or is that something?
that's on the drawing board. So that's one of those things, right? The physical act of playing the game. The intellectual part is, do you understand the coding? You know, the principles behind how those games operate, and then emotionally, it's a sense of accomplishment, right? So we're looking at that, or we're looking at a lot of different things too. Just to give you a little insight, you know, this is something that y'all gonna really relate to. You know, we're looking at bringing double Dutch jump rope back, and the reason why, because you know
Hey, man.
that's
I
the internet.
I never in my life ever did a double Dutch.
No, but
I know what it is.
But you saw it.
I saw it,
And
but
you ain't never did it, right?
I've been a big man my whole life. Jumping up and down over no rope wasn't my first objective.
I double dutch a couple of times, but I was back in my much younger age. But I can see how that, especially girls.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So we're looking at different demographics, and to your point with the young ladies, you know,
Double Dutch would
if you're not playing basketball, you're not running track, and then maybe third volleyball, what is out there for the young ladies? And so that
football.
Well, I mean, but yeah, I mean, technically, because of time now you can't exclude, but how many girls are actually playing, right? And so I don't know, can you show me? Okay. So so we're looking at different market segments to add value, and on the intellectual side, so one thing, like kids that say, hey, I want to be an NFL, you know, we ask them, what do you want to do in life? I want to play NFL. I want to go to the NBA. Okay, well, statistics says you're probably not going to make it, right? Not to kill anybody's spirit. We never say, but what we want to do is try to show you how you can stay attached to the sport and not have to play. And so we are looking at the alter ego of STEM, and we're looking at calling it SIM, sports and entertainment management.
Okay.
And
I thought you was gonna go more into training and what's the trainers, people that tape ankles.
No,
Yeah,
that's
all
part
those
of it.
trainers.
That's part of it. That's sports management. That's part of it.
Okay.
That's what.
But
remember we had Lockett on here.
Yeah.
That's basically what he do. He does sports management now. He's he's the head sports manager for USC.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is.
yeah, I mean, there's a whole range. That's a real general term. So you can get like we talk, you know, equipment management, right?
Yeah.
Equipment management. So these younger kids you can start with North Tulsa baseball, right? We got equipment we got to manage and things of that nature. So there's a whole, there's like hundreds of different routes and splinters that you could engage kids in, and to help them get that initial experience. And who knows, down the road, if they actually go down that career path, what we want to be able to them to say is have that same feeling that when I walk in and I hear the speed back going, I want them to have that same kind of memory of, you know, I started here, whether I am now an agent on the legal side, or I'm a finance guy, or I'm on the equipment side, or I became a coach where I learned here
techniques
and things of that nature. You know, and I told one young man, I said, look, if you want to be a coach, you're not going to come out of college and go straight be a D1 coach or NFL coach. You're probably going to start at high school, NAIA, D3, D2. And at that level, you're not just a coach. You're the equipment manager. You're the marketing guy. You're a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
You know, and so those are the things we're looking at doing, and providing opportunity. In the objective is to build an infrastructure of youth around each park. So each park has we have a pipeline that we're developing as participants, and then hopefully we continue to get those kids when they become adults and their children, and it just continues to build. So that's, and then let me also say that there are a whole host of opportunities. So for coming up, like we have our Tulsa County Parks is We're ready to go be part of a job fair. I can tell you from a recreation side, we'll be looking at seasonal jobs. So that's lifeguards, camp counselors, baseball and umpires and things of that nature. And then from an entrepreneurship perspective, I call it recreation entrepreneurs. We have a setup where if there's a program that we want to put forth, but we don't have the staff to do everything we need to do, so we engage outside contractors, right? And they can come and if they meet our standards and our needs, it's a W-9 setup, so you can build a base, if you will, within our Tulsa County parks. So whether it's an aerobics class, STEM, it just whatever meets our needs at that point. So that's something I want people to know about. And it's back to baseball. Like I said, we're trying to hit the 200 to 300 mark of kids. We'll get the link out to you, and so you can put it on the Facebook page. And we really want the community to rally around this, because at the end of the day, if we're not present in the parks, and I don't care if it's county parks or city parks, if you're not present when they're creating programming, then you're inherently not going to be included because you're not there, right?
You got to be at the table.
You got to be at the table
to really
first
eat.
as a participant, because the way it's set up, you can give feedback to the site directors, right, about what you like, what your preferences are, things of that nature. So I want people to get more engaged around the parks other than just a particular sport, right? But at the same time, we've got to put things on the table to attract people. So
okay, all right. Well, hey, we want to thank Mr. Guillory for coming on the show. We really do appreciate it. He's staying with us, y'all.
Oh yeah.
He's staying with. He said he wants some of this smoke, so we're gonna give him some of this smoke after we come back off this break. But we want to thank him for coming on the show.
I got one more question.
Yes, sir.
On the baseball, the reason baseball is not real popular is because the equipment and the amount of money you have to have in order to participate in this sport. How are y'all going to make that manageable? Because usually baseball equipment is pretty expensive, because you have to have the catcher stuff, the batting helmet, bats, balls, gloves, cleats, and then all the rest of the stuff that goes with it.
Right.
So, because basketball, all you need is a pair of hoop shoes and a ball,
right,
and some shorts,
right.
And football, it's a little bit expensive, but the only reason it's expensive is because of the equipment,
right?
The pads. So how are y'all gonna make that manageable to give the kids a sense of, we got equipment now, so now that's not a deterrent?
Okay, so with like I said, it's only $10. The equipment piece is they get the uniform, which is the hat, the jersey, and the pants, right?
Okay.
And we do a lot to help alleviate that with the gloves and other things. So the catcher stuff and all that comes from us. I mean, that's part of our equipment inventory that we try to maintain, right? And that's each coach. The coaches will have a bag and with those kind of things. The only thing that the parents would really be looking to have to purchase are cleats, because that's a whole nightmare. They're trying to manage the cleats piece, and a glove possibly, right? But outside of that, there's nothing else. So you don't have to buy bats and things of that nature. But some people like to have their own thing,
equipment,
right? Equipment, and so but that's not going to be a hurdle for anybody.
Okay. So all you had to do is come and play.
Yeah, you come and play. You get you have your cleats and maybe your glove, and that's it. But everything else is provided for you.
Doesn't Two Dog have some baseball equipment?
Yeah, me and Mary talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna connect on that.
Okay.
So, and I want to definitely have Two Dogs show as part of the whole infrastructure, right? Just like we're sitting here talking. They're being a sports analyst, a sports intellectual is one of those career paths, right?
Yeah.
And so, whatever we could do, and I know they got, different things here at KBOB for the youth, and we want to get plugged in. So that could be a potential partnering with us and all that we do. And there's other things partnerships that we're out there trying to create and unfold. So
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. We appreciate it. Hey, when we get back, we're gonna start talking Super Bowl. I'm supposed to school these folks on what the Super Bowl is all about.
Oh,
they
I
don't get that.
I know you put your pick in, but I got another pick I'm put on the table for you.
They don't know all that. But we'll be right back here on $2 Sports Talk Show.
I'm gonna kill it. Yeah. Yo, say I gotta follow that. Yeah, I gotta follow that. Say, yeah, I gotta follow that. Yeah, say, I'm free. Yeah, I got a father that never leave, never let me go. Said I got a father that never leave, never leave. Said I got a father that never leave, never let me go. So ain't no turning back. I had to let you know. Yeah, I got a father that never leave, never let me go. Yeah, I got a father that never leave, never leave. Said I got a father that never leave, never let me go. So ain't no turning back. I had to let you know. Got me feeling like a kid again when I hit his beat car, remembering everything we did. Total recall. I used to run the streets fast, made it to a creep crawl. Now that me and God as close as pasta and some meat sauce, thinking I could leap off, end up like a seesaw, up and down, round and round, no traction on my feet, y'all. But my father's always there, like Constance in some beach bars. So I never ever fear, demon slayer, keep off. Father to the fatherless, defenders of the widows. God's holy habitation, I can't even sleep, y'all, cause I hear my father.
Hey, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome to Black Wall Street Tees and Souvenirs, where you can get the best Black-owned t-shirts, apparel, and souvenirs right here in the heart of Tulsa. For more information, please call 918-523-0608 or shop online with us at bwstshirts.com. And we hope to see you soon.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Ah, okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
Citizens United for a Better Educational System, better known as CUBES. We stand together to fight COVID-19 and its variants with a layered approach. Let's make our schools safe, educate, vaccinate, wear masks, social distance, and wash your hands. CUBES cares about our community.
To save the children.
Been through the fire, yeah, been through the rain. Been through some days where I only feel pain. And all of them things get me going insane. But all I really know is that I need you, I need you. Yeah, I need you. All I know I need you. Yeah, I need you. All I know I need you. Yeah, I need you. All I know I need you. Yeah, I need you. All I know. You changed the things in my life that didn't seem right. Made the sink, but with you we only take flight. Had to change the way I think, that's where we start the fight. You should've heard the way I battled just the other night. Feels like I've been down more than up, man. But every time that I'm feeling down, you come around and you step in, and I step down off my high horse. Who else but my Lord can't feel the seas and form the land, feel the void and create, man. I've laid down, it's time to take a stand. I need to fight, it was instilled in me from a young man. God had the plans fulfilled in me when I follow him to the promised land. We walking hand in hand, I put that on my life with no fear. I had a vision problem, now it's all clear. Yeah, it's all clear. Been through the fire, yeah, been through the rain. Been through some days where I only feel pain. And all of them things got me going insane. But all I really know is that I need you, I need you. Yeah, I need you. All I know I need you. Yeah, I need you. All I know I need you.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Talk Show. That's Trinity Trey. All I need, hey, Trinity Trey, he's the one that did our intro. He's the one that do the intro for the Big Dog Picks. That's our partner. Hey, me and him working on something hot for next year when we come back at football season. We do a new intro every year. Oh yeah, we working on something that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. You know, he gonna come with the real nice. You know? But that was Trinity Trey. I need you. All right, we got a big game going on this weekend. It's called the Super Bowl. It's a national holiday. Work should be called off on Monday, or work should be called off on Friday because this is a holiday. It need to be made a federal holiday. Super Bowl Sunday need to be made a federal holiday. Even people that don't even watch sports watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right. You know, so this need to be a national holiday. It's a big game, and it's Black History Month. We have the first two Black NFL quarterbacks to start in an NFL game at the same time. We had once before, we had the first two Black coaches in Lovie Smith and Tony Dungy. We had Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Hey man, this is big this week. This is more than just a game. But we got to talk about the game. And I heard y'all. I heard my co-host and I guess, and they messed that they was talking earlier about y'all know when I'm on the air, I don't call them by the nicknames. I might call them by when I'm not on the air. So I'm gonna say the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. But I think that Kansas City is gonna give them a better game than what people think they are. My pick will be come out tomorrow. The last big dog pick will come out tomorrow. So I'm not letting nobody know who I picked. But what you say, yo? What can't break the Philadelphia Eagles down for us today?
Okay, we're talking about the team in green. You know what I mean? First off,
you can't be doing all this rhyming about the Philadelphia Eagles and you sitting here with a Dallas Cowboy hat on. That is just pure D blasphemy. Yeah, that is going too far.
Okay, well you can say it's going too far.
It is. You know it is. We're gonna kick you out the club. You're gonna get kicked out the Dallas Cowboy club because you can't be doing all this team in green. You know what I mean? That's giving a little bit too much love to the Philadelphia Eagles, man.
Well, you heard Drone's opinion. Now let's get to the Savage opinion. First of all, let's look at the quarterbacks. You have.
I said the Eagles. Break down the Eagles. I ain't say Mahomes. I said the Eagles. They only got one quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts.
Okay,
break down Jalen Hurts. Don't you come over this way to Mahomes. We said the Eagles.
Okay, Jalen Hurts, leader, born leader, outstanding athlete.
Point.
Has all the. He pretty much is a quarterback in every form or fashion. They said he couldn't throw the deep ball last year. What did he improve this year? Throwing the deep ball.
It ain't hard to throw the deep ball when you got A.J. Brown.
And Devontae Smith, a Heisman Trophy winner. What kind of offense do they run? Well, it's a variant of three. It's some of read option, it's some of a power running game, and but one thing I do like about it is they don't dink and dunk. They either are throwing it down the field or they want you to think they're throwing it down the field and they're going to run the football. It's a very hard offense to stop. They also run a little bit of zone read where they block out one way where the running back can cut off any hole that he sees. And with their power running game, their offensive line is key. The double team blocks that they do, to be able to actually use your center to come out of his element and hit the sideline. Well, hit the linebacker to open up the hole. They have a very good offensive line, some pretty mean guys. Their tight end is excellent. They're going to be a very hard offense to stop. And if you try to use a traditional defense where you don't watch the quarterback, then Jalen will jump out their window and get you 20.
Hey, man. You know, when people jump out a window, they break their legs because it's too high up. You know what I'm saying? Jumping out the window ain't always smart because you can break your leg, especially if it's too high up.
Well, Lamar Jackson's made a living of jumping out the window. Jalen Hurts has made it a living jumping out the window. So them jumping out that 2-story window is nothing.
Excuse me, Lamar Jackson's not the best example. You need to man. He's not, man.
He's won an MVP.
He keep getting hurt.
Well,
MVP. Whoa, he won an MVP. Whoa, he won an MVP. What is that? Have he won a Super Bowl?
No.
Have he made it to the championship game?
No. But he's still MVP
of
the league.
And we know that we know the MVP is subject to someone's opinion and it can always be wrong. Look at the NBA. The Joker done won the MVP 2 years in a row. They talking about winning a third year. For real, dude? So we know that's subject to someone's opinion. Kyrie Irving got voted into the All-Star game as a starter. We know that's subject to people's opinion. So just because you get All-Star or the MVP, that don't mean a hill of beans.
The reason
that's let our guests talk, because you done already talked enough nonsense over there. Even our producer over there about to holding us lag because you told they're talking nonsense. What do you say about this game, about the Philadelphia Eagles that's coming up?
Well, here's what I like their offense, right?
Uh-huh.
They're strong because with their averaging is at 5.8 yards play on average, right? So that's that's more than half of what you need to get to the first down, and I think it's like 7 point something per pass play. So
you got the hiccups,
and so
no, I'm just agreeing with him.
And you couple that with a pretty strong defense. I mean, their defense is ranked number 1 in the league. So I like it. Is it number 2? Okay, I know they're higher than
they're top 5.
I know they're higher than
top 5.
Lord.
Oh Lord! See, Whitney had to go there. We had to go there. I'm trying to say football saved today.
and the devil is tempting you.
Yeah, you tempting me.
I know.
You tempting me. I'm trying to say football saved, but you're trying to make me go there.
I know. Okay. Let me repent.
You see how he threw that in real
that's what they do. Yeah. That's what they do. He even got the producer over there. He wanted to throw the jab in there too. But he can't because this team sucks. So
the only thing I would say about this, right? This is Jalen Hurts' first rodeo in the Super Bowl, right? So, like you mentioned earlier, this is a whole nother level, right? But I look for the defense to carry him because they're getting some pressure on that front end. Now, you got Bradbury. I don't think the Eagles are going to throw. I mean, the Chiefs are going to throw his way very much. They're going to pick on somebody else. But if they get in that pressure like they have, because their pressure defense is it number 1, number 2 also in the league, And
yes,
and this is statistically speaking, this is one of the best defenses historically for the NFL, right? Probably behind the
85 Bears,
the Bears, and you can argue that the Baltimore Ravens, that 2000 or 2001 defense. Now, I don't know. We'll see, but I'm rolling with the Eagles from an intellectual perspective and emotional, because I got a cousin, man. He's been waiting a long time for this, man.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Eagles not good, because like I said earlier, I think that this is a pick'em game.
Yeah.
I think in any one of these teams can win this game. That's how both teams are matched. I think Patrick Mahomes puts Kansas City at a different level, where it tones down some of their defense. I'm not saying Philly is not great, but with the skill set of Patrick Mahomes, it tones down some of their defense on what he can do. A lot of teams that Philly has played this year their quarterback cannot do some of the things that Patrick Mahomes can do, and they ain't got tight end like Kelsey. So that makes a big difference. They're not going to be able to just come full blown head first like they would against other teams, because you come full blown head first. Patrick Mahomes is one of the top quarterbacks to hit you real hard with a quick fade drop, slant. Andy Reid is the king of the screen pass. So you keep coming hard at that screen at Kansas City, they're gonna hit you with a screen. So Philly is good. I like what they have. I like their receivers. You got Dallas Goedert is good. Jalen, and that's the wild card right now. Right. It's Jalen. Is he going to crack under the lights? It's a whole different ball game, where Kansas City has had that experience on more than one occasion in those lights. This is not their first rodeo. Majority of the players on the Philadelphia Eagles team, this is their first rodeo. This is a whole new ball game. You got all them flash bulbs going. You got the crowd. You got the jets flying over. You got the big layover at halftime. You got the big layover at the beginning of the game where they got to sing national anthem, the black national anthem, America the Beautiful. You got about 9 different songs that got to be sung before the game. So you still sitting on the sideline after you already warmed up. Now you done cooled off because you can't go do anything else. Because if you go throw a football during the national anthem, now you finna get talked about the whole time. So you can't. So you cool off, and then come halftime, you got a 20-30 minute halftime show. So you cooled off again. So you got to come back and re-warm back. So all that plays into play that you don't have to deal with during regular season.
And also, what's the mindset of these Eagles is the first time, because this is the thing you dreamed about since you were a kid, and some people don't ever get to. So are you taking in all the sights, and sounds of it all, and you just I'm just lost in the moment, and not focused on business. And
that's why I say the Philadelphia Eagles, they're good. Don't get me wrong; they have been the top cream of the crop the whole season. They've been the top-notch team, the number one team the whole season. And I don't think they're going to get blown out. I don't think Kansas City going to get blown out. But I do think this is going to be one of the this looks like it should be one of the best Super Bowls we've had in a while. Yeah. Go. I know you got something to say. Go ahead.
Well, let me just throw in a couple fun facts for you. I found out that Philadelphia has actually turned their hotel room to look like their training facility back in Philly.
We turned our training facility into something. Oh Lord.
Well, they're trying to make this seem business as usual.
Man, come on.
That's what I'm just telling you. They trying to say it's business as usual.
Hey man.
So they have everything.
Hey, was business as usual last night? You come to a stadium at 6:30 at night, and you got cameras, and they asking you all kinds of questions from the rooted to the tooted and everything else. Jalen Hurts probably got 3 or 4 proposals last night. They just ain't showed them on TV. I don't care what you do. You cannot make this no business as usual. I don't care what you do. Nothing. I know this ain't my training room while I'm going to the hotel room.
I'm just saying, bro. They try to say business as usual. They're trying to make this seem like a regular work week, and so they can do what they've been doing the whole season. So, like you said, Patrick Mahomes has been here before, but Patrick Mahomes has not faced a defense like he's finna face Sunday. This team has the second most sacks in the season. The only team that has more sacks during the season is the 85 Bears. I rest my case, bro.
I just got one question.
What's that?
Has the Eagles defense faced as strong of an offense that they're getting ready to face with Kansas City? Have they faced anybody like that?
No. Not at all. Not even the Dallas Cowboys got an offense, got a. We know good and well Dak ain't no cotton picking Patrick Mahomes.
No, we
know that.
No, he's not in that caliber. No, he's not that caliber. But Patrick Mahomes is a whole beast in himself. Let's be truthful. He can throw off pattern. He can throw off the wrong foot. He can throw it underhand. He can throw it sideways. He can do a lot with the ball. But one thing.
Question.
Pressure bust pipes.
Question.
What's that?
49ers, what? Number one defense, right?
Right.
What did Patrick Mahomes do with 49ers? What did he do with their defense?
Probably shredded them.
Shredded.
But that's San Francisco. We talking about
No.
Philly.
We talking
about Philly.
No, because the reason I bring this up is because people say, well, he's never faced a defense like Philly. Oh, time out. People were saying that San Francisco had this top-rated defense. They run hog wild. You said it 2 weeks. They run wild. They all crazy. They this and that. They rank number one, this and that. 44-23. 44-23. So it's not the point of he's never faced a defense like this. I think it's also the point of that Philly never faced the offense of schemes like they're going to face on Sunday. And he's not the Patrick Mahomes against Cincinnati. Sometimes people look at that Cincinnati game and say, oh, see, Patrick Mahomes just get ate up. No, sometimes you just got a team that just, your matchup is just
abnormal.
It's just abnormal. When you play them, it's a dog-eat-dog fight, but then you go play another team that's just as good and you blow them out by 20. So it's just a certain matchup. So you can't judge Kansas City and Mahomes by what they did against Cincinnati.
I'm not.
But so when you don't judge them by that, and you look at what they've been doing and they've gotten better. It's not like they've gotten worse. They've gotten better. They've gotten better with the schemes, with the play calling, with him passing the ball. And he wasn't even 100% last week. He probably was only like 65%. Right. He done had 2 weeks off. They done nursed that ankle for the past 2 weeks. 14 times 24. Let me add that. I can't do all that math in my head. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find. Let me find my.
Pull up your calculator.
Yeah, let me find my calculator. I need to find. Let me see. Let me clear it off. 14 times 24. They done gave him 336 hours of treatment on that leg, because every day I guarantee you he done got some treatment. When he at home. When he rolled over, his foot probably fall into an ice bath when he rolled over. That's how much treatment they gave him on that ankle. This man's probably be about 95, 96%.
That's even better. So that means.
So you seen what he did
at 65
on one ankle.
Yeah.
and the throws he made.
Yes.
That was on target.
Yes.
Hitting them dead in the breadbasket.
Yes. But that was against the Bengals. That's what I'm.
Didn't we just say some teams just got that number?
Right.
So it don't matter whether it's against the Bengals because for some reason they play each other tough and they play each other differently.
Right. But that was against a Bengals, and the Bengals really don't have a pass rush. Now he's going to face one of the better pass rushes.
Did the 49ers have a pass rush?
Yes, but I think the Eagles have a better pass rush. They have more sacks than San Francisco. They have more sacks. Well,
all I can tell you is this: I'm telling you that Travis Kelce thing, when they split him out, man, that's a game changer. Because you can bring some heat, but if he can do just a quick 3-step drop, bam, and now that's like a toss sweep.
Yeah, that makes that pass rush have to ease up some.
Right, because those defensive backs,
they're gonna try him. Don't get me wrong, Philly's gonna try him. They're gonna try him first quarter. See, okay, let's see how he reacts when we put pressure on him. And if he don't react like they want him to react, and he's shredding them,
they gonna do something else.
It's gonna pull back on that pass rush.
Right.
Now you pull him back. Now you supposed to give this man all day to throw the ball.
That's what you can't do. They're gonna have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket. Now, that's gonna be very difficult, but it can be done. But
Philadelphia front seven has the talent to make him uncomfortable.
Right.
They have the talent to do what needs to be done. I'm not saying they don't. But to just say that because you're dealing with this front seven of Philly, that it's supposed to just run roughshod over Patrick Mahomes, that's a miss number, man. That miss me with all that one. You can go kick rocks with all that one. You can go bang on a boogaloo with all that one. You can go play the harmonic with all that one. That ain't.
Well,
this is the biggest stage of them all.
True, but I had to bring this up, but I will.
Bring it up. You don't care.
Okay.
You don't care.
Brock Purdy was 6-0 before he faced Philly.
Time. Hey, man.
He was.
Hey, man, let's go to break real quick. Because I'm coming back with this here. So we first take a break real quick. We first take a pretty break because I'm supposed to come back because he just compared Brock Purdy to Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't say
and
that.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back on the $2 Sports Talk Show.
Purdy break.
Ill Street. I remember slanging over CeeLo, eyes low when we woke. Rob Bass the runner, re-up clock peso. Second in Denver, pockets on bubbles. Single parent with my son, yet I stayed in some trouble. Man, steady racing, high speed chasing. Stayed in the courtroom, trying to beat the case. Then was complacent, my life was in shambles. What I see tomorrow, really a gamble. Hit the Louis Benz, certified 5150 on the highway to hell. Who's coming with me? Little homies to the dark side, a few didn't survive. My partner, maniac, stayed down the ride. What hide from my calling was slipping, was falling. The motto was cream, the whole hood was balling. Still something was missing, my heart was so hollow. Heard of a savior, hard pill to swallow. They say follow who? Man, that's unheard of. Jesus loves you, didn't think I deserved love. Did it my own way, wrong way to go. Thought I was untouchable, till I woke up in the zoo. Whoa, used to suffer from the ill street blues line. What I got to lose, right? Lost sight trying to bubble. Day-to-day struggle. Got caught up in the hustle. Used to suffer from the ill street blues line. What I got to lose, right? Lost sight trying to bubble. Day-to-day struggle. got caught up in the hustle.
I was known to keep it groovy like an Austin Powers movie, and I wanted all the smoke like a Wiz Khalifa doobie. I took life as a joke as if it's scripted like a movie. I did. Lost sight trying to bubble like water in a jacuzzi. Man, tell all my enemies they ain't my enemies no more. I read 2 Timothy and I ain't into
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Hey, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome to Black Wall Street Tees and Souvenirs, where you can get the best Black-owned t-shirts, apparel, and souvenirs right here in the heart of Tulsa. For more information, please call 918-523-0608 or shop online with us at bwstshirts.com. And we hope to see you soon.
The devil don't know what he is up against. No weapon formed against me might offense. The shield of faith blocks everything coming my way. I'll pray my way. Taking a stance and I'm free, yeah. Sitting that you can't control me, no. Running from lust and I flee. He started chasing me. I put him to bed, now we sleep. Oh yeah. Satan, get behind me. You have no authority. You can't do nothing to me, no. I'm gonna push you away with my prayers every day. My God protects me, yeah.
Confessing my sins, I wanna do right. Yeah. I'm so trapped in pain, about to lose my mind. Yeah. The devil keep chasing me, talking about taking me. But you better not play with me, cause I roll with G.O.D. No, I can't be low-key.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Talk Show. Lord have mercy. Hey, man, we just had an interesting conversation. That's Get Behind Me by Phil Wade. That's his new single that just came out, Get Behind Me by Mr. Phil Wade. Oh, Lord have mercy. My co-host done flipped out, y'all. I'm giving him the opportunity to retract. I just need him. We just need him to retract the name Purdy. You know, don't just say there was a quarterback that was. No. Don't even say the name, because when you say the name, that just make the comment just obsolete, man.
I'm just saying, Brock Purdy couldn't do no wrong. He was 7-0 when he faced Philly. He had beat everybody before then. He beat the Dallas Cowboys. He faced Philly. He lasted a quarter, and his elbow was hurt.
That's because they hit him on the cotton picking elbow. What? It ain't because he was. Hey, come on, man. Okay, let's do this. Hold on.
They put that heat on him.
Hold on. Before his elbow was hurt, you know he was 4 for 4 in passing, right?
Right. But did he last any more after he was 4 for 4?
It don't matter, no. It was because they got a good hit on his elbow.
Well, and they hit him. They hit him twice.
He lost feeling.
They hit him twice.
But hold on. But Brock Purdy ain't no cotton picking Patrick Mahomes. You know what?
I didn't say
hey,
he
man,
was.
Take the hat off, man. Take the hat off.
No.
Hey, man, take the Dallas Cowboy hat off, man. Hey, man. You bring a shame to the name.
I'm not bringing shame. I'm just saying he was undefeated. He couldn't do no wrong before he faced Philly.
He barely beat Dallas.
Barely, but he beat Dallas, right?
Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes. Those are, man, that's like saying a little kindergarten against a little 12th grader. Come on. That's like that football picture that used to go around where that big old 10-year-old boy was just running over them little kids.
Yeah.
That's how you comparing this. when you say Brock Purdy in the same sentence as Patrick Mahomes.
Did I ever?
You emphasized that. You didn't come out your mouth, but you said it in your head because you said Brock Purdy. Mr. Guillory, ain't that what you heard? When you said Brock Purdy against the Philadelphia Eagles defense, didn't you hear I can't believe this man just compared Brock Purdy to Patrick Mahomes.
I did not put those. I did not compare
what
the two.
What do you think, Lamar, about this comment he just made?
Purdy's not a proven commodity.
Thank you.
However, he's got some skill. I mean, he's managed well for the 49ers, but
he was 7-0.
Yeah, he was 7-0. But I mean, what's the quality of that 7-0?
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, that's
thank you.
I'm not throwing him on the bus. I'm not taking anything away from the 49ers what they've done. But it's a balance. They did get this far. They got to the
but he ain't no Patrick Mahomes.
But statistically, he's not a Patrick Mahomes.
No, ain't even statistically. And you throw statistics out the door. So, no, we ain't even talking about today. We don't know math. We math illiterate. We don't know what a statistic is.
Yeah, you it's an eyeball test.
Yeah, this eyeball test. He ain't Patrick Mahomes.
I never said he was.
But you brought up Brock Purdy and compared. Oh, God.
I'm just saying he was undefeated as a starter in the NFL, Mr. Irrelevant. Then he faced him.
I like the story. I like the story.
Hey!
He was the third string for a reason.
This ain't Sesame Street.
He was the third string for a reason.
We don't just tell stories that don't make sense on this show. that just asinine. We don't tell them stories on here.
I mean, he was
he said he liked the story like we Sesame Street, like we the Reading Rainbow or something. Yeah, this ain't the Reading Rainbow. We ain't gonna bar burden around here.
Where's my cookies? I'll be Cookie Mom. Where my cookies?
Come on. Go ahead. Finish your story.
Well, I'll give y'all my pick here in about another.
Well, you don't need to give it. You already told us.
15 minutes.
You done already told us when you done compared Brock Purdy to Patrick Mahomes. You already told us what you picking.
Well, I mean, the people need to hear the Savage pick. They'll hear Big Dog picks tomorrow, which is probably, I'm going to say, wrong. But on the anyway, it's going to be a good game. I think we should pick the over, though, because I think the under is, I think they said 55. I think it's going to go over 55 points. Because you are dealing with Andy Reid and his offense. So they're going to find a way to get some production. But I think it's going to be a turnover or two sets of downs that are going to go 3 and out, and that's all Philly going to need to pull away in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so let's talk about Patrick Mahomes. We're gonna talk about these cotton picking Philadelphia Eagles for over 30 minutes now. Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. Please don't bring back up Brock Purdy, man. Please don't bring up Brock Purdy, man. But the Kansas City Chiefs, the weapons that they, like I said, Chris Jones on their defense, he's the heart and soul of their defense.
Yes. He is a disruptor.
They are going, I don't care what kind of Hall of Famers they have, Travis Kelce at center. Travis Kelce brother at center and other Hall of Famers.
Johnson.
Yeah, Lane Johnson. But Chris Jones off-season workout was specifically for this right here. He wasn't happy with what went on last year. His workout off season was specifically for what's supposed to happen on Sunday. So they're gonna have to chip him or something. If they play 1-on-1 with him, like they did with Bosa, Chris Jones gonna have a field day. They're gonna have a field day. You understand? San Francisco 49ers defense, they was putting in work against Philly. It's just that their offense couldn't do anything.
And why is that?
No. We ain't doing that. We talking about this right here. It's because their offense wasn't doing anything. Because they didn't. If you want to go there, because they didn't have a pass game, they had to run the cotton picking wildcat the whole rest of the half, the whole rest of the game. But that defense
for 3 quarters. It's going to say for 3 quarters.
But that defense, because I said it on my page. I said if Philly end up allowing these jokers to beat them with a 4th-string quarterback or with no quarterback at all, because they was having problems with that with San Francisco defense, they're gonna be ran out of town, because that defense was putting in work, and Chris Jones is on a mission. Now, don't get me wrong. We talked about earlier. They got 4 rookies. When they go to nickel, they play 4 rookies. But they're well coached. Spagnuolo have them in the right positions, in the right places, and that offense, like I said, Allaire come back this week. Mahomes had more time to heal up from that ankle. Andy Reid done had 2 weeks, because regardless of what people might think, it's not been enemy putting in that in all them plays. They talked about that last week. I'm not saying I'm not shortchanging the enemy.
All right.
But they was talking last week that Andy Reid is calling a lot of plays.
Okay.
And he's constructing a lot of you think Andy Reid ain't constructing a lot of his offense that's supposed to happen on Sunday? You done gave this man 2 weeks. Normally you give Andy Reid 2 weeks, he's pretty much been unstoppable.
True.
You give him 2 weeks. And that don't matter what defense he playing. He's pretty much been unstoppable. You give this man 2 weeks to prepare for you. You gave this man 2 weeks in the Super Bowl against New England. And they couldn't, don't get me wrong, T.O. put on his Superman cape, his Green Lantern ring. But the plays that he dialed up, New England could not stop. People are counting Kansas City out. But with the weapons they have, they're going to make this game very interesting. What do you say about Kansas City, Lamar?
I don't disagree with anything you said. I first of all, I think it's going to be a great game, right? Because it's kind of ideally what you want. Great defense versus great offense. I like you can't deny Patrick Mahomes and what he's done. Like I've said earlier, that Travis Kelce kind of moving him around, D-backs don't want that smoke. And the other thing that I think about too is the width, the arm width of the defensive lineman versus a shorter Jalen Hurts. And so that's where I'm rolling with the Eagles. But if we're just being analysts, intellectuals about all this, if I'm looking at the Kansas City Chiefs and I'm saying where could they possibly have an advantage, then I would say they could possibly disrupt the passing game of Hurts if they stay disciplined, get the hands up, and kind of get in face. So that's
and Pacheco has been getting better. I wish he would did this crap when he was on my fantasy team, but he's been getting better each week.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's still going to boil. To me, it's going to boil down to this: Kansas City has one passing threat, and that's 87. I don't really.
He's a passing threat, but when you got Mahomes at quarterback, all of them become passing threats because he moved around. He put him in the position. They understand where he's going to be at, what he's going to. How do you think you can have the 3rd, 4th, and 5th string receivers come in and there's no drop off? Because he's working with every last one of them. They know where he goes. Him and Kelsey, they don't even talk. They I don't know what they do, or I don't know if he kick his leg the wrong one way or something, but they just seem to know which way to turn or what he do, or if he swivel a hip, something. I'm just saying.
But for if I'm Philadelphia, somebody else is going to have to beat me besides Travis Kelce.
True.
Somebody else is going to have to make some plays besides Travis Kelce. You know, Kelce's going to get his, but if you can keep him out of the end zone, then you pretty much did your job. Because you know you're not going to be able to stop him from getting yards. He's going to get some yards.
Yeah, he's going to get, yeah.
But if you can keep him at the end zone, you did your job. But somebody else is have to go make plays. Who is that person going to be? Because it's going to have to be a receiver. And they're going to have to be able to catch some balls and get 20 plus. I just don't know if the third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth string receiver is going to be able to do that against Philly.
Why not?
Because Philly has one of the better pass rushes. They have more sacks than anyone else in the NFL. And if they can get pressure on Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night.
Is Juju playing this game? Is he healthy?
I think so. I think he's supposed to be healthy.
What about Marquez Valdez?
He's supposed to be there.
Okay. What about Kadarius Toney?
He's hurt. He's not going to be there.
So he's not playing today.
No, he's not playing.
Okay.
But you do have Patrick Mahomes. But I just don't think, to me, to beat Philly, I think he's going to need a guy on the outside that's elite. And I don't think right now, the way they're constructed, they don't have that guy that's elite. Because I think the guy that they really needed was the Cheetah. If the Cheetah was here, then I would go with Kansas City all the way. Because that's a little bit too much. Because Tyreek going to make a play. I don't care what Philly do. Because he can catch a 5-yard out and then chunk you to deuces and you're not catching him. Right now, Kansas City don't have that dude. Philly got 2 dudes who can do that.
Do you think that Kansas City can move some furniture on the line if they need to run the ball?
Yeah.
You think? Okay.
I think even if you get 2 yards, you're gonna do something. And you gotta understand, according to reports, everybody healthy. Tony playing, Juju playing, all the receivers are ready to go.
Well, we'll see. But if
it's not easy moving that big load of soup.
Right.
It's not easy.
Right.
And Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, it's not easy moving them, but I believe it can be done. But I don't think that they're gonna run straight at them.
I don't think that would be. I don't think. Yeah, that wouldn't be a wise.
They're gonna run off tackle. Don't run. They are gonna run some up the middle. They're gonna run off tackle. And now since Allaire is healthy, now they got a 2-headed monster in Pacheco and Allaire. Pacheco has power and speed. Allaire just has power and low to the ground, and he has determination. So now you have another weapon that's back on the field.
That he might make a difference because they can put him in slot. They put him in a lot of different positions. So that was something that Philly is going to have to key on, because I'm pretty sure if he's healthy, he's going to be somewhat in the offense.
Yeah.
But I'm still telling y'all, go for the over, because I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, because it's going to be a wow factor game.
Yeah, I believe this is going to be one of the most watched
and most entertaining
Super Bowls we've
seen. As far as the game
we've seen in a while. Yeah. I ain't worried about the halftime show.
Well, I'm kind of want to see what Rihanna's gonna do. I really am.
Don't make me tell Robin on you.
She already know. I didn't tell her. I said, I wonder what Rihanna gonna do to really get us to really pay attention to her. So we shall see. She gonna do something.
Now, I do hope to, I'm hoping that this is not a blowout because I don't want to just be now looking forward to the commercials.
Right.
You know, and the commercials ain't really been all that good.
Well, last year's wasn't.
They ain't really been good in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
You know,
across the board.
Yeah, where you still remember. You know, I still remember that Pepsi commercial with the cows.
Yeah.
And they was trying to be in disguise, and they said, "I think the fat one knows." Now, so you know, those are those commercials that you
right.
None of these other commercials really been rememberable.
True.
You know, it's getting on my nerves right now with this Diddy commercial.
Oh, I heard
Diddy,
this.
Diddy don't do jingles. Diddy don't do hits. What? Oh man, shut up.
Well, he doesn't. He do hits. He don't do jingles. That's the truth. That's a true statement.
No, man.
I mean, the Bad Boy catalog is thick.
That commercial is getting on my nerves already.
Well,
and they ain't even shot it yet. It's getting on my nerves.
Well, I'm tired of the Eli and Peyton Manning commercial with the chips.
Hey, but yeah, they should have redid that. That's one from 2 years ago. They didn't redo it. But them two is pretty funny though.
I think
you gotta give them to them. You gotta get them.
They funny, but I'm already tired of this commercial where the bus comes and pay attention. Eli, don't leave this room. And he goes, well, truthfully, I didn't leave the room.
Hey, but it's still memorable.
Right.
It's still memorable. It's about, but the commercials lately been about as unmemorable as this Pro Bowl the other night. I'm not gonna say on the air what our own Tulsa's own Josh Jacobs said about this Pro Bowl because we might get kicked off the air. So I ain't gonna say what he said. But I watched it. It was pretty terrible, dog. It reminded me nothing but 7-on-7 drills. That's what it reminded me of. It was playing 7-on-7. Yeah. I'm like, I'm to the point when you had Tyler Huntley. I only started 4 games for the Baltimore Ravens.
And he made the Pro Bowl?
And get a check.
Something wrong.
You have Derek Carr, got benched, sent home, and he made the Pro Bowl.
And supposed to be getting traded.
Yeah. Right. Something's wrong with this picture.
True.
My thing, I'm to a point now, just name the people that made the Pro Bowl.
And
let's move on.
Yeah.
They tried to do like the greatest catch thing, like oh Lord, that was worse than a dunk contest.
Right.
That was worse than. Then they was catching water balloons. Come on, man. Go back to the old
show,
basically. Go back to the old wide world of sports all-star competition where they used to sit there and they'll go that's how you seen who the fastest man was. They did football drill. Go back, but get rid of all this mess that they had last week, man. Hey, man, that was comedy, dog. Right. The best thing of the night was when Derek Carr did the passing drill, and he hit everything, was scoring 30 points, and they made the statement, man. He said you ain't never been this hot in Vegas before, and he said. If I had, I probably wouldn't be getting traded now. So that was the funniest thing of the night. Other than that, it was pretty trash.
Man, to me, if you're gonna take football out of the equation, then it's not football. You know, a 7-on-7 drill is a 7-on-7 drill,
and that's what it was, 7-on-7.
So that's and everybody's like, well, you got to see the players' faces. I was like, football is a gladiator sport.
Excuse me, I'm a man. I don't care about seeing their faces.
Yeah. Right. If you want to see your face, play basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? You get on this old gridiron, you got to have some equipment on.
Right.
Period. I don't care who you are.
Speaking of memorable moments, I'm gonna put you in a corner and I want you to make a pick here. If you had to choose, you have to choose on Sunday between watching the Chiefs and the Eagles or the replay of the 86 Central football season when they went to the state championship against McLean. Which one do you pick?
Oh.
And why you thinking about that? Let me
with the same mistakes.
Okay.
Is it a different outcome?
The game is the game. The game is the game. I know. I
seen that game in person. I was sitting there in that cold in Stillwater, freezing cold, watching that game. I even went to El Reno.
Didn't your brother play on that squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. We traveled all the way down to El Reno.
Yeah.
Here's why I bring that up, because when we first started my part of it, we talked about Cash Hall and we hoorah and laughed about wearing the uniforms. But I think I mentioned this to you. So there's all kind of Cash connections to that McLean Central game, because when I was in the 8th grade, I went to visit Cash, and I'm gonna tell you who was over there as 9th graders: Cleon Burrell, rest his soul, Greg Revels, Derek Hicks, Gerard Benson, Rashid Lowe. So when I went over to visit, I was hyped because they was like, "Hey man, you come over here." Woo, woo. I got all hyped up, man, because I was a wishbone quarterback coming out. Man, I got over there that fall. All them brothers gone. They left me by myself.
Bicep. Left them lonely.
And
think you're lonely now.
But you know, it was beginning of something beautiful. But I mean, I really miss Cleon Burrell, and I stay in contact with Greg Revels. But I joke with both of them. I say, man, y'all left me, blah blah blah. And Cleon would always say, but it turned out good for you, didn't it? Maybe God used me to get you there. But I just remember that game, man.
I would choose to, if this game is going to be as good as I think it's going to be. Okay, I choose Philadelphia over Kansas City. Even though my brother played in that game and everything, I would choose Philadelphia over Kansas City. If this game is, and if I can be there in person, I choose this game over here. But we get ready. We gotta touch it. We can't leave without touching it. Okay. And don't you dare, don't you think about bringing up no cotton picking Michael Jordan. We ain't talking about Michael Jordan right now. LeBron James, within either tonight or Thursday, is gonna break Kareem's scoring record. What meaning does this what meaning does that have for the NBA? Where does this put LeBron James without all the other nonsense that you be spewing out? What does this mean for him? Yo, we can start with you, yo.
Well, this puts him definitely in the record books. It's gonna put him on a pedestal that is gonna be hard to break for any up and comer basketball player, because for one, now you're gonna have to be able to put together season after season. You're gonna have to have at least 12 to 15 years of dominance and scoring to even get close to what LeBron has done, because LeBron has he's been to how many finals? 12 finals over a 20-year career. And then for one stretch, he went 9 in a row. He went to the finals back to back to back to back to back to back without getting hurt, without being really injured until the very end of his career. I mean, it's really, we can call it the Iron Man Award for NBA, because you're gonna have to be a true soldier to get close to this record, and that shows his dedication to the sport. That shows his willingness to come with it every year, and really not low manage, because LeBron played. I think he's played 3 or 4 seasons straight where he's played all 82 games plus playoffs. So he didn't play enough playoff games that's another 2 or 3 seasons by itself. So whoever comes close to getting to this record, you're gonna have to be around 2 decades at least.
What do you say, Lamar?
Look, the bottom line is this: you don't score don't get to score that many points by playing against cupcakes, right? I don't care what era you're in. You know, you could say, well, the rules are a little more loosey-goosey versus, you know, when MJ or whoever was playing. But the reality of it is that you don't score that many points. And it not be an accomplishment. You had to go through something. The finals, right? Just the finals alone. To win that many championships, you had to overcome something. So I give much respect. I think it's gonna, it definitely elevates him in the conversation about whatever you want to talk about NBA related, the greatest of all time, all that. So I think it's amazing. It's almost an exclamation point on his career. He's got championships. He's got this and another. Boom! Now he's a scoring leader.
And that's one of the things I said. I said it's, to me, it's more of a cherry on top for his career. This man averaged 30-some points consistently for going on 20 years. The man is 38 and you're 20, and he's averaging 34 points consistently. Right. To do this consistently, to average double figures consistently, that is unheard of and probably will not be matched again. I think by the time he threw, the scoring title is going to be so far ahead. I don't think you're going to have a lot of players that's going to last 20, 21, 22 years. Right. I don't think Steph Curry going to last. Too many injuries. I don't think KD going to last. Too many injuries. Right. You know, if they lasted that long and they averaged the points, they probably could. But this man was never considered a scorer. He was always considered a passer. He was pass first. He was considered not dominating enough, not having a killer instinct. He was considered just that. But this man is supposed to have the scoring title, over 40-some thousand points. He already have the most points ever scored in playoffs in the postseason. Right. I know we always comparing this man to MJ, but to me, this man is in a category of his own. And it's not comparing him to Kobe. It's not comparing him to MJ. I just think with what he has done and what he do, I think he's in a category of his own. Because I always say, if I had to choose someone for my team, I'm choosing Jordan because of his killer instinct, because of his will and things of that nature. But you got to give LeBron his props. You got to give this man his props. And you cannot, every time you try to give this man his props, we want to bring up MJ. No, this man, with what he's doing and what he has done on the court, off the court, dealing with social media, everything that he has done, he's been the face of the league since he has even when Kobe was around. The face of the league was LeBron James, coming straight out of high school.
Let's go peers within the eras. We don't show disrespect to Magic Johnson because we think Michael Jordan is great. But you don't say, no, Magic ain't worthy of that, right? You don't say that. So I think we need to do that across time periods. I think they're on equal footing. And so LeBron has accomplished a lot in a different way than Jordan accomplished a lot. And so I think we just need to give him his due, just like we give Jordan.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think nobody ever matched some of the things that Jordan did.
Right.
10 and 6-0 and finals, never reached a game 7. The man is the man, 3 defensive player of the year awards, MVP 3-4 years. The numbers is astronomical. All-star every year of all his time in his league. Won 3 back-to-backs. He beat, was the number 1 team, had the best record until Golden State Warriors. You can't beat it.
Scoring title.
Scoring title. So what he did will never be compared to. But I think LeBron is close to it. Kobe, he started dwindling down. So that's why you got to put LeBron up there, because this man, after 20 years, ain't dropped off. It's like he done had some fine wine and he getting better, and we supposed to get better because we got the Savage Picks coming up. Let's hit it, Trey.
To the beat, y'all.
All right, this is the last and final game of the season, and it's time for the Savage Picks. I already know who we're gonna pick, but we're gonna go ahead and let them do it. Go ahead. Who you picking?
I have for the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Good Lord, where you going?
I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles by 10.
Okay.
By 10.
Okay, on that note, the Savage Picks and his craziness. He been talking crazy all week. But if Philadelphia win by 10, boy, I'm gonna have to eat some crow on next week. Hey, we want to thank Mr. Lamar Gilroy for coming on the show, the assistant recreation director for Tulsa County. Yeah, we're gonna get you back on. We really enjoyed it. We really enjoyed it. Thank you. He's gonna send me the link. I'm gonna have it on my page, on our Facebook page, Shoot Dog page, and also my regular Facebook page. I'm gonna ship it out so people can go. If you have a child that want to play baseball, you're interested, go get them signed up. We want to thank y'all. Hey, we want to thank y'all for listening to us. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl, and we're going to get into the NBA. I know we didn't touch on Kyrie, but I want to see how this worked out the first couple of days.
Yeah.
But see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to show us down to earth, please donate. Go to www.KBOB899.com. Hit the donate button and donate to this radio station so we can stay on the air. You bark at us.
Say it again, bro.
For real?
For real.
That's what we doing?
For real.
Oh, Lord. You bark at us.
We bark back.
This is KBOB 89.9 FM, Tulsa. And now streaming 24/7 live from the Eden Media Studio. 24/7 live at KBOB